I'm going to college in 2 weeks, and one thing that's always made me sad about growing up and moving into this new phase of life is leaving my childhood behind. My childhood holds so many fond memories, ones that I never want to let go of or move on from. And the idea of going to college has always been scary and unpleasant for me because I didn't want to face the inevitability of growing distant from that. Becoming an adult comes with an endless list of responsibilities that take so much time and energy they can consume you entirely. But what if it didn't have to be like this? What if despite the jobs, money, relationships, etc., you still made the time for the things that brought you so much joy as a child? And what if you replaced that with doom scrolling? Earlier on in my childhood, when I didn't have a phone, I wasn't able to spend all that time doom scrolling, and I put it into things that I actually enjoyed doing. Today, I want to go back and do some of the things that I used to love doing. Instead of doom scrolling, I have 3 hobbies that I used to do all the time when I was little, and I'm going to be revisiting them. One of my favorite things to do growing up was play the Wii, specifically Wii Sports Resort. This is one of my favorite games. I used to play it all the time with my cousins at my grandparents' house. I have so many fond memories with this game. It's so refreshing whenever I come back to it, so it just allows me to feel like a kid again. We spent so many hours just playing against each other, and I'll never forget having sleepover, waking up early, and just going at each other in bowling or basketball or whatever it was. This game will always hold a special place in my heart, and it was definitely a lot more enjoyable to play compared to just sitting there and doom scrolling on my phone. I spent a lot of time playing video games in general as a kid. Another one of my favorites was always Mario Kart, and it's cool that I can still do that in a modern setting today. Here on my Switch 2, I can play some Mario Kart World, and it's so much more fulfilling, even though it's just playing a video game. But compared to doom scrolling and just letting my mind rot, it just helps me stay youthful and feel more happy in general. Another one of my childhood favorites is building Legos. The sets were definitely a lot easier when I was a kid. I would always get like Lego City or Ninjago and spend so many hours building them. And I would have all these characters and extra bricks, and I would make my own worlds with them, coming up with stories and all these different characters. It was always so much fun. This set here has been kind of pissing me off. I've been working on it. The Lego Technic ones are definitely a lot harder, but it's still so much fun to build sets like this once in a while. It's really easy to just unwind and build a Lego set. I was also obsessed with making my own stop motions when I was little. I would spend hours and hours on the floor of my room trying to get the lighting perfect and trying to animate them in this app that I had. And with my cousins once again, we would spend hours on the floor in my grandparents' house with this giant bucket of Lego pieces, and we would compete to see who could make the coolest spaceship. It was just a blast, and I think it's pretty clear that when we were little and we weren't worried about social media, the reason why we look back on those times so fondly is because we were actually using our brains, even if it wasn't in a super complicated way. Just actually using our brains to be creative and do things made us feel so much happier. And if we cut out that habitual doom scrolling that we all do today and replace it with some of these fun hobbies, then you really never have to give up on your childhood completely. The last hobby I'm revisiting today is drawing, and man, this takes me way back. It has been so long since I've drawn something like this. I used to draw all the time, like 2nd grade and before. That was probably my #1 thing. Back then I would always create my own characters, but I wasn't feeling that today, so I looked up a drawing tutorial and I found a Spider-Man one, which I thought was perfect because the movie just came out. And it was honestly really fun and relaxing to just sit there and follow the video as best I could and try to create a cool looking Spider-Man. And it felt so rewarding to watch the drawing come together. This is how it turned out. Let me know in the comments how you think I did. I think for not drawing in forever, it turned out pretty good. I was too scared to try the shading things that the guy in the video did, so I just stuck with my original drawing, but I still think it's pretty good. Moving on from your childhood can be one of the most terrifying things. You go from a world where most of the things in your life are constant, and you have a lot less responsibilities, to one where you're pretty much all on your own. And it used to make me really sad to think about all the things I was leaving behind from my childhood. All the things that made me so happy, all the things that I love to do. But this realization that I don't have to necessarily leave those things behind has really helped me. And I've noticed that when I do those things that I used to love, I feel so much happier and my mind feels so much clearer. Because I don't think we were meant to just sit on our phones all day. I think we were meant to do things that we're passionate about, even if it's just playing a video game. I think the making of this video really opened my eyes, and I'm definitely going to try to do some of these hobbies more often as I move into college. Even though I'm not gonna have that much time, even though I'm gonna have all these classes and things to deal with, I think it's gonna be really important for me to find time to just sit back and do something that made me so happy when I was little. Because at the end of the day, I'm the same person. So if you're worried about leaving your childhood behind, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to end. It never has to end if you don't let it. You can choose to become an adult that never makes time to do fun things because they're too childish or whatever it might be. Or you can just do what makes you happy. I know what I'm gonna do. Subscribe.